Hello, everyone, and welcome to David Goodman Reality and Truth Show. My name is Vanita Lambert, and I have the honor of hosting this show every single week. And part of that honor is bringing on very special guests every week to share information with our community about things that you may not know about or things you may know about and learn something else about it. So I always say you don't know what you don't know. So anyway, my guest today is Nature Miranda. And she is with Women on the Movement. I love that title. So powerful. Women on the Movement. That means we're taking over, to me anyway. And she has other businesses as well that she's going to be talking about. So, Nature, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you so much.
You-
I'm so excited to be here. This is really awesome. Thank you.
And I'm excited to have you here. Like I said, I was calling her all week just to make sure we are still on because we wanted to get this information out. I mean, it's important. It's especially for women, and it helps, it's inspiring. It helps you build, confidence, independence, as well as money. So, Nature, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started on this journey, and then we'll get into all the things I just talked about, Women on the Movement, as well as some of the other businesses that you do.
Most definitely. So I know we have some time here. I can definitely spit some fire and some facts out here, but Women on the Movement is exactly what it sounds like. So hashtag WOTMMENT. You can find us through Facebook, online, our social media, and our website. So Women on the Movement, we are a group of women, started with 3, we're now in 5, that came together, aligned in the same mission, vision, and values. It was all in real estate, and we said, we have strengths and weaknesses, and if we can help each other in those areas, we can get moving a lot faster and go farther. So what we did, we put our hands together and we said, okay, well, are we doing this? And we said, we're doing this. And that is how Women on the Movement started.
I like that. Let's do this.
Yes, and we come from different backgrounds. I'm Hispanic background. My 2 business partners that I first started this with is in Houston. So we have definitely a diversity within the women group already. I actually had to leave Connecticut to go to Texas to find my business team. And the Women on the Movement was really birthed from losing my mother at 57 years young. And so with having to go through the probate process. So learning about real estate, learning about why probate, what is probate, why does it exist, why is
it messing up my life right
Yes.
now? And I'm going through all this.
Yes,
So-
did not know anything of that, which you kind of don't know, and that's where this is. We just jump into things and we listen to other people because that's what we're supposed to do. But also, I was nurtured and growed into be my own thinker, to critically think. So I was just wondering, why is people who don't even know me or knew my mother telling me what I can touch, what I can't touch, as an only child to her. So that really, I guess you could say, kind of pissed me off, right?
Yep.
To go and see that there has to be a better way, because I know the wealthy is not doing this. You don't hear of them. And then when I found out about Michael Jackson, even his stuff was going to probate, I said, what?
Wow. Yep.
What?
Exactly.
So it was more of a information that's not given to a certain group of people for a reason. As we know, for whatever reason, I call it more of an evil agenda. But that is where I got to meet my 2 new business partners and found out about how to protect your assets, even if you own a house. How to protect that and not let anyone take that from you or tell you to sell it. So when my main thing is that when you're grieving and you're in mourning, you should not be handling any financial decisions during that phase. You should be taking care of yourself and your family during the grieving process. So with that being said, I was able to find the higher level of protection, which is through a personal property trust. You want to make sure you get that done correctly, because now trusts are becoming so commonly known that you want to make sure that you have it set up under a public sector and not a under a private sector, not a public sector, because then
It defeats the purpose,
yeah,
right?
it cancels it out.
Wow.
So that's just another, like little trick that they try to do. Like, yeah, now because these things are becoming so familiar. All right, go ahead. So I'm very nitty gritty with the details and asking. I guess I've been asking the right questions. Oh, that's a really good question. Yes, can you answer it? So with that, I have been able to really dig up what I need in order to leave my family, my children, my bonus daughter, whoever it is that I want to leave things to without having such headache. I should be able to transfer wealth and assets over to anyone who I see I want to without it being such a burden and a headache on them. So that is where Women on the Movement was birthed, really with real estate, and then coming together with the other women, find that we were both notaries. And so with that, I kind of like grinded the gears on the notary work. So the notary really is, I was really fighting it for some time. I will admit, my business partner from Houston was like, come on, like I'm a notary. And that's where I was like, yes, but you can do special things that I can't do. This is why it's so tough over here in Connecticut to be a notary.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, come on, no, let's just do something else. But no, here we are. We're talking about
I like the way
notary.
she pushed you. You need that. We all need that, you know?
But she didn't have some of the challenges that I was having here in
that's
Connecticut.
okay. So we're going to get together a team and, fight, lobby, do whatever we need to do to get that. And, that's one of the reasons that you're here is to share how you guys mentor people that want to become notaries, how easy it is. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Because this is on YouTube, it's going to be on, on Access TV. And the purpose for this information is to, if you cannot use it, then share it on your social media, share it with friends and families, because there may be someone out there that can take advantage of becoming a notary. Single moms, married moms, it doesn't matter what your status is, as long as you're a female, because this is for women on the movement.
Yes.
And you could pick up, learning how to become more independent, like if you're a stay-home mom or whatever your situation is, and learning how to earn your own money on the side as well. And it could be it could start off as side money, and then it could build into full-time money. So it's important, and it's inspiring, and I think that a lot of people will be able to take advantage of this and really be able to start their own business. That's another thing.
Yes.
This is going to be your own business. The most important part I almost left out. So why don't you tell us how easy it is to get started?
Yes. So yes, I know a lot of people don't know what notaries are, what they do, but if you ever need
go through all that.
the main thing with notary work, right? You get a car loan, you get a home loan, you need to fill out immigration paperwork, you need a notary. You're a realtor, you need a notary because you need to notarize those documents. So we are here, we are alive, we are faint, but we're still here.
That's right.
So it is fairly easy to get your notary work. You can actually slam it out in a day if you want, in a weekend, but if you even a little more longevity, a week. No more than a week it should take you. Honestly, no more than a weekend it really can take you. What it does is you pay a state fee. Then you get your accessories, but you pay a state fee. You take a written test, which is about 4 or 5 questions, and you do a multiple choice test. And all these are open book. Okay. Open book.
My favorite kind.
Yes. So what I mentioned is that, we have access to the internet. Please take your test, take your information, make sure you're getting the information correctly registered in your brain. And then you can go back and test yourself out to make sure you did actually get it correct. So again, you can really get your notary business up and starting within a week. And then if you want to do loan signings, you just have to get an extra certificate, which is a loan signing certificate, which you can get through the NNA or other loan signing systems and some other systems out there. But I am starting a notary, women on the movement notary hub. So if you guys are interested in becoming notaries, or if you already are a notary and don't really want to take it more from being a little bit more of a hobby to actually making a lucrative type of income, then feel free to come to, email me at wotmment@gmail.com. So that is one way that you can access.
Good.
Yes, and our main mission is to have single moms and moms in general gain an extra $150 to $300 a month so that they can put the right food on the table. And that is all to inspire hope, and so that we can bring out the passions that was once buried inside of us, flamed out, extinguished, whatever have you. Life comes up and it's just like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Once I was, No, we reignite that passion,
That's
that
right.
fuel, and then we go ahead and turn those passions into profits and make you into a lucrative business.
Yep.
We are here to have our own business, and we are here to shine and thrive. We all have gifts, unique gifts that are tailored specifically for us that we only can do. So that's what we do through our business development and our marketing services as well. We are rooted in biblical principles, and we are kingdom building.
That is awesome. So, I've had a lot of people on this show talk about their businesses. This is one of the easiest starts that I have heard of. Like in a weekend, you pay your state fee, you take an open book test.
Yes.
And I say that with all caps, open book test. And you have a mentor that you can call and, help you get started with leads or whatever it is that you need to help you get your business on the ground and running. And then you just don't know, the sky's the limit after that. You start off in notary, you end up in life insurance, and you build your clientele, and one thing leads to another. You share information, you have an entire team of support right here in Connecticut. Like you said, just give her a call or go onto her website or whatever and just check it all out and just become your own boss. And you don't have to give up anything that you're doing because you do it on your own pace, right?
Yes.
You schedule your own appointments. Like if somebody is closing on a house, that's an appointment. You know exactly when that's going to occur. So you make your own appointments, just like I do in my business, and it could help you build your confidence, get your independence, and last but not least, money.
Yeah,
we all need that.
Exactly. So the fact that we can get you the $150, $300 a month, you're like, man, there's something to this. So this is real life. This is not just fairy tales. We are really impacting the women in the community. So whether you're seeing this too, and you're an attorney, or you're a mortgage broker, or you're a real estate agent, and you want to work with other organizations, as myself, who share in the same mission, vision, values, especially those who talk about the community, who talk about upbuilding and uplifting, we are that source for you to feed into, so that we can help the women that's in the community, because it all goes back to mental health, and it all goes back to stronger foundations and stronger homes, because within that we're making and creating a better world for ourselves, because it all starts within us. So we can attack the root system, which is again, mental health, the things that come in to take away our dreams, our visions, our life, our time. This then breeds back into the women to be like, I can do this. And we have forge of women who've been there, done that. And we continually to go through that. So we're leaning on each other when those times when you're up and I may be down here, but I'm up and then you're down here. So we're able to help each other carry through those mountains and those hurdles. And we don't have to go it alone. That's the main thing. And I love this phrase. It's when you're alone, it's easier for you to be devoured.
Oh, yes.
So
we're powerful in numbers.
Exactly.
No doubt.
So isn't that interesting how everything out here is trying to make you to be alone, make you feel alone, make you like you're in this alone, no one else understands you. You're not the only person who has gone through things.
That's right.
So the fact that this culture of I'm alone, you're easily devoured, but when there's two, you're harder. Right. And then when you're three, right?
Even stronger.
You're even stronger. So you can look at your friend and be like, you could just look at each other like this, telepathy,
Yeah.
and be like, no, you're not crazy, girlfriend. It's
That's
like, yeah, I
right.
know I'm not crazy. That over there was crazy.
That's right.
So-
You don't have to go it alone. We are all going through something, and it's better to go through it with a friend. And like you said, mental health and self-care is imperative. You have to love yourself. You have to always think positive. And if you feel like you can't do this, like somebody's probably sitting there saying, I can't start my own business. But
Yeah,
you can
you
start
can.
your own business.
And
You
why
know,
do you feed into
especially-
that lie?
Exactly.
Yeah. Who's told you that so many
The
times?
devil.
You know, why
That's what I call
have
it.
you accepted that as your own words
Yeah.
and as your own repeat in there?
Yeah.
No, that's not okay. So when you meet other women like this, no, you are strong. You are a
Definitely.
woman of purpose. You are here specifically and you are gifted for a reason for such a time as this. So we are helping you take your crown and we're coming back together to hone in back that power again. Because it's time. That's
is.
really what it is. It's just time. It's time for the foolishness to stop. It's time for us to pick up the torch and do something and stop allowing people to come into our homes literally and take it away from us. When I seen that, that is what really ignited me in this passion, was when I not only seen people's homes get taken away from them, stolen away from them, I also seen people committing suicide, killing themselves
Yes.
and their families because of their houses going into foreclosure.
And where are they going to live with their kids?
So it's unnecessary and it's frankly selfish because it all comes down to money. It all comes down to, again, how can I take away from you in order to have more for me? And there's so much vastness to this world. Everyone doesn't need everything. There's so much and there's enough for everybody in this world.
Exactly. So yeah, that gives you, security, and
Yes.
you're in control of what happens to you and why when you have your own business, when you invest in yourself, your self-care, your mental health. Even if you think you can't do it, I'll tell you what I did. I never felt like I couldn't do it, number one, but I've always had like stress
Yes.
and, obstacles and just things getting away and negative thinking. So the first thing I started doing years ago, when I wake up, I would say, today is going to be a great day, good day, God bless. And, and let that be my starter. And then I go to the gym at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I need to release some endorphins. I got to have my happy cells out there.
Brain
Okay,
hacking.
you don't have to
Brain
go at
hacking.
5 in the morning, but that's my thing. You could go at 6 in the evening, but I have to do mine before and get my happy cells out, and do a little sweating and everything, and that kind of gets me in the right frame of mind. I feel like even if it's a bad day, and we all have them, and we're all gonna have some more, find one good thing about that day. And that will keep you going, whether it's business, whether it's personal or whatever. Find one good thing that happened in that day and you will be okay. And mine is, okay, I woke up.
That's it right there.
That's my one good thing. Thank you, God, for waking me
woke
up.
up.
And while I'm doing my cardio, I usually do my prayers and everything. But, just whatever it takes for you to get the power and to get the control and to know that you could do whatever it is you want to do, whether it's start your own business or whatever. And you can start your own business. As a woman, we need to, especially as a woman, we need to come together. We're powerful in numbers, and we need to get out here and support one another, support each other's businesses to make sure that we're successful, and keep the dollar in our community and transfer that to your family members so that, the same thing that's happening to negative families are just not perpetuating and just not happening. You're not from generation to generation. Create the stories, create the legacies about, how I started. I started off poor single mom in the projects, because they were divorced or whatever, and we had nothing. And so I'm an advocate for information now. But my kids, they have no idea what poor means. I don't even think they know what it means, and they have college degrees because they've never lived it. So you can make each generation better, especially when you start your own business, because you can, pass that business on to your beneficiaries, your children, your niece, your siblings, or whomever. So that's one of the reasons why. You need to share this information, and you need to think about it and give yourself options. Yes. Say, for example, you say, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. Well, right now you can't do it because you don't have the tools. So give yourself options. Say, listen, I think I could spend a couple days and become a notary, then pass the test and see where you want to go from there. Because sometimes the career picks you. It may be in a field that you may end up notarizing documents for lawyers, or accountants, or just whatever, and that could lead to one other thing. There's a reason for everything happening and leading to other things. Yes. So please, don't give up on yourself. We are here for a reason. God created everybody, and we all have purpose. So what is yours?
Yes, and if you don't know what your purpose is, get around
Call us. We'll give you one.
We have visionaries, we have trailblazers, we have women who are just like, oh, I would have never thought of that. I'm like, yes, because when you're surrounding yourself with the right people, you're going to start heading down the right road. So you don't know what your purpose is, but you need some money.
There you go. And the right people are right here talking to you. So why don't you take a few minutes and tell us about what is CEDF?
Yes.
I didn't even know what that is.
So CEDF is Community Economic Development Fund. They are based out of Meriden, Connecticut. And what they do is they help small business owners actually get loans that the traditional banking systems wouldn't necessarily approve their loans for. So they're able to give you out $50,000, $100,000. Obviously, the same regimen and the criteria is needed. It's just they fill in that gap, and they're with you through the whole term of the loan. They also have great business resources, like how to start your own business, how to take the first step to launching, taking the smart approach, how to expand your current business. So they have a lot of free resources as well. In order to get yourself going. If you're interested in your own business and you're like, let me go ahead and do some research, that's a great tool to research and take a look into it.
Wow.
They're also partnered with a lot of other people, and they can get you all of the information that you need. Honestly, I wish I knew of this company before I started my business. It would have definitely helped me not feel alone, and also got some questions and got to some milestones sooner rather than later. And the next one is Mid-State Chambers of Commerce. I just signed on with them. I do their marketing. I'm part of their marketing team with the Mid-State Chambers of Commerce. Oh, okay. And I encourage everyone who has a business to join a Chambers of Commerce, something that I didn't know about before either. But it's a great community of other business owners who is a great connection tool.
Oh, wow.
So
I'd like to get connected with them.
Yes. Well, there's so many different chambers of commerce. Yeah. So it's you have your Middlesex, you have Mid-State, you have over here,
I'm a member of Southern Connecticut Black Chamber of Commerce.
Southern Connecticut, yes. So there's just so many different ones to choose from. You can, be a member of more than one, but definitely a great resource to get going. And I know I'm not part of this one, but I found their information to be really helpful, is Women's Business Development Council as well. Great resource for women to get on there and get information for free resources.
Wow.
So there are Spanish and English information available, so that should not be an issue either. So
we have bilingual. That's awesome.
Yes.
So you're bilingual as well?
Yes, it's coming back. It's coming back.
Oh, okay. Can you say?
Fluent,
okay, I'm not gonna put you on the spot and tell you to say that to translate that, because I know when you translate,
yes,
it's you have to actually, it's different than me just saying a sentence, and you cannot repeat it exactly the same when you translate. I have
Yeah,
a
you're right.
bilingual colleague, and she was like, Vinita, I can't just read it like that. I have to translate it. So, okay. Anyway, getting back to the business at hand. So here you can contact Nasha, I'm sorry, and get your own business started.
Yes.
And get money. You get a loan, an unconventional loan,
Yes.
for your business. I think one of the things that you would have to provide to get a loan is probably a good business plan to
Yes.
start. And we have classes here in Bridgeport or in the greater Bridgeport area where you can take your entrepreneur classes and learn how to write a business plan. You could probably go online and learn how to write a
Yeah,
business
you
plan.
can do with CEDF as well.
Oh, okay.
They partner with Moby Institute, which actually walks you through the whole process.
There you go. Okay, I'll just shut up because there you go. I'm trying to think of ideas to give you, but you could do it right through her. So just, contact her.
Yeah, there's grants and there's funding out there as well. So you don't need, you don't personally need to take out a loan. You can get a grant.
Right, so you don't have to use your house as collateral.
Right.
And if it doesn't work out, which we don't even want to talk about that because it's going to work out, you're going to be successful, but you don't have to put up any personal property for collateral. They can get you a loan based on having a great business plan.
Yeah.
And that's very important. So we got about 1 minute left.
Okay.
Did that go by fast?
Yes, it went by tremendously fast.
It did. But since you're hungry, that's good. We're going to go have something to eat
Women,
after
and
this.
we always love to eat too.
Yes. So we have 1 minute left. I'm going to leave that to you.
Okay.
Okay, so give them your information, how to
again.
contact you.
Yes, please reach out to me at wotmment@gmail.com. Okay, or you can go to wotm-ment.com. My name, as you see on here, as Nasha Miranda. You can even put that as nashamiranda.com. I have my own website, which I implore everyone to do. But please feel free to contact me. My company with Notary is ConnecticutNotaryHub.com as well. So there are many different ways you can reach me.
Okay. And Nasha, thank you so much again for coming on and sharing this wonderful, important information with our community.
Thank
We
you.
really do appreciate it. I personally do appreciate it. So thank you for being here. And that's our show, everybody. It's the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.